They're going with the Last Jedi strategy yet again. Folks, we can't understand what in the world is going on in the minds of the super woke, legacy, going extinct dinosaur media because they are repeating the Last Jedi strategy of calling you a review bomber, a troll, a Russian bot, if you will. But we have thoughts about that as they try to save The Last of Us Season 2. Hang tight, we'll tell you what they're up to with their little authoritarian ways once again. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the channel where you win and win and win as we begin to bring you even more of the entertainment news and analysis you need. As we get ready to dive into today's content, consider clicking the like button, and we will get underway with yet another video of excellence right now. They're going with the Last Jedi strategy when it comes to The Last of Us. You won't believe it, but we're going to bust the news in with the truth you deserve to see. Out of That Park Place, and by the way, folks, if you're not yet a VIP on That Park Place, go over and click on the membership button and become a member so you can get VIP access to exclusive articles for only $5. Marvin Montanaro has this one. The Last of Us HBO fans erupt over season 2 Joel storyline that gamers have been dealing with since 2020, which it shocks me that anybody was shocked by this. Marvin says a familiar storm is brewing online as HBO's The Last of Us heads into its second season. With early episodes confirming that the show is following the major plot beats of the video game, fans new to the franchise are now encountering a moment that rocked the gaming world back in 2020. At the center of the storm, Joel, who he'll be treated as if he's in The Walking Dead in season 4 or 5. Pedro, he's playing Joel, and he gets deleted, and he gets deleted by Girl Boss. This was video game Girl Boss. New Girl Boss is a little skinnier, but so people.
However,
go ahead.
I would argue, Pro, that even though she's a skinny little twig, I still believe that she could kick Pedro Pascal's butt. Yeah,
well, given what he wore to Celebration. But folks, let me tell you, there is a battle brewing now. There is a war, and it is over how this is going to be viewed. Back to the Last Jedi strategy, Collider has this one. They never, ever, never learn. By Rahul Malhotra. The Last of Us Season 2's Rotten Tomatoes audience score gets infected by review bombers. I'm sure these are also Russian review bombers. It says it would appear that the trolls... wait, let me switch it, okay? It would appear that the trolls are out of their caves. Despite the best efforts of Rotten Tomatoes to prevent this sort of thing, the second season of HBO's The Last of Us seems to have become a victim of a review bombing. I'll stop that accent now, but it's what they deserve when they write about it.
Is it Dracula?
No, it's Norway. It's the trolls. It's my. You remember the Maelstrom? You remember the Maelstrom accent that played in Disney World? That's my. You should not have come this way. This is when a group of disgruntled viewers make a collective effort to manipulate a film or show's rating and aggregator platforms. One look at The Last of Us's Rotten Tomatoes page might make the casual observer curious to know how a show that has been so widely acclaimed can have such a dismal audience rating. The answer is often very simple. The Last of Us Season 2 premiered last week to excellent viewership figures and positive reviews. It holds a certified fresh 96% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. But the second season's audience score is in free fall. Only a few hours ago, it stood at 55%, but now the score has dropped further to 52%. The complaints seem to mainly be coming from folks who've played the source video games. Aww. Why is it that review bombers always seem to target women? In fact, Rotten Tomatoes was forced to rework its audience rating system after Captain Marvel witnessed similar targeting in 2019. Oh, and that went so well a few years later. So you're right. Captain Marvel was definitely review bombed. We can tell because the Marvels was so successful, thus proving that online is definitely not the same as real life. Halle Bailey's casting Little Mermaid remake also ruffled the feathers of trolls. That also flopped. Don't tell this person. And Rachel Zegler's pee-pee comments, that's what we're going to call it, pee-pee comments, the recent Snow White remake's IMDb scores. And then they bring it up. They bring it up, folks. They literally say The Last Jedi. Can I tell you what's going on here? They're mad because people don't like what they're being given. They're furious. You're not allowed to disagree with them. And if you disagree with them, they will happily enforce their opinion on you online. They will do everything. These little authoritarians who, thank goodness, the best they can muster up is to try to control fan fiction and control, what you see on TV. Thank goodness that they're not competent enough to actually try to take over a government or anything. These little dweebs, they can't stand if you don't like something that they want you to like. They don't even have to like it. But if it tells what they want you to believe, if it's propaganda, you're not allowed to dislike it, and they'll change the rules. They won't let you win. They'll change the way the game is played. They don't care, and they'll come out and admit it, and they'll list out the things where they won in the past, where they're like, look what we did. We changed the way the game works after Last Jedi and Captain Marvel. And they're furious that they can't go directly to you and take the money out of your wallet and buy the tickets for you because you're too stupid to just do what they tell you to do. Panel?
So let's examine what happened with the video game. Everybody liked The Last of Us, and then we got to The Last of Us 2, and the main character from the last game was killed in a pointless shock death by a girl boss who we then have to play as, and people didn't like it, and the game tanked in reviews and then eventually tanked in sales. And now what we're seeing with the TV show is that people generally liked the first season, and then the second season came, and then the main character from the last season was pointlessly killed by a girl boss for no reason in a ridiculous scene, and the review scores fell. It couldn't just be that fans of this series don't like this pointless nonsense shock death that is driven by propaganda and agenda by Neil Druckmann. If there's ever been a man who exclusively pees sitting down, well, it's him and Pedro Pascal. But I mean, yes, but I mean, it couldn't possibly just be that people don't like this. It couldn't possibly be that people don't like The Last Jedi. It couldn't possibly be that people didn't like The Little Mermaid or Snow White. Everything has to have some. Apparently, Collider is the single worst pixie duster, I guess, if you want to call it, or just nonsense outlet out there. They are so ideologically driven, and as somebody who does this for a living, it makes me violently ill when I see it.
Yeah. Oh, Shill Lighter is just the worst. I remember at one point in time where it was moderately enjoyable. After I guess the AMC YouTube channel merged with them. Really since since we lost Schnepp, it's just gone downhill. Essentially, if it falls on the leftist spectrum, they are there to beat that drum and carry its water like it's Gunga Din running up a hill. The thing that people loved about the first game, one, it was just a spectacular game, but people really liked the father-daughter dynamic. Joel was a likable, capable man who went through a journey of self-reflection and healing. And then you get to the second game, and it's needlessly snuffed out. Some of this I blame on Game of Thrones, the nihilistic storytelling and the refusal to allow morally clear characters to thrive.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, and when Walking Dead too, and I can go on a rant about Kirkman's writing for hours, but the programming like this has infiltrated storytelling, and for the vast majority, people reject it. People want to see heroes. People want to see heroes win. They don't mind struggle. They don't even mind a little bit of strife, but they want to see morally clear people succeed in the end. They like family dynamics. They understand the struggles and the tribulations that come with just growing and all that other good stuff. And when you see it constantly ignored or snuffed out on TV, it becomes repellent and you reject it. And this isn't trolls. It can't always be a troll. It's always a troll whenever they don't get their way. So it just is what it is. I don't know how you did not see this coming. The game tanked mid-pandemic, so you had almost 4.5 years to go, maybe we try something different, and you didn't, so now you got what you deserve.
Which would have surprised people, and it could have resulted in greater viewership. I don't know what this is going to do in terms of viewership. I'm just as shocked as you are that people didn't see this coming. It's amazing to me. I do want to ask, Jonas, is it amazing to you that they're going right back to the Last Jedi strategy of saying, come on, Rotten Tomatoes, you gotta do what we want. Don't let them even put reviews up.
This is the only trick they have at this point. They see this as great entertainment. It may be for religious reasons, and when I say religious reasons, the same way that a Christian might view a faith film and forgive some really awful delivery. I'm not going to call out a specific actor or a specific production, but I remember watching a movie that they have made several sequels to in the Christian sphere, where there is an editing mistake where someone has the same revelation, and it's not a spiritual revelation, twice in the same movie. And that movie got 4 sequels, right? That probably lowers it down quite a bit. When we see a woman taking down a fully grown man, a hero like this, I don't know. I didn't even play Last of Us 2 because
it is Pedro, and fairness.
Yeah. But they set him up as this masculine person so they can take him out as a masculine person. We saw him wearing the blouse the other day. We know that's acting. The thing for this is the same thing as a message film. What it is for the right or the Christians, to the woke, this is a message film. And so when you go against that, you are offending their religion, because wokeism is a religion.
There you go. Listen, that's perfectly said. Panel, any final thoughts on The Last of Us and the fact that they're going with the Last Jedi strategy to say you're not even allowed to voice your opinion, and if you do, we'll find a way to silence it?
I mean, hold on one second, right? It's also the fact that it is the destruction of father figures, as Kevin started to put it, and the thought popped into my head. He was a positive father figure who sacrificed for his daughter figure in the game, in the first game, by going ballistic through that hospital and taking everybody out in order to protect her. And then not only is he brutally killed for that decision in that game, but they spend the entire game with even the daughter figure being like hating him for it. So it's just a complete deconstruction of the modern father archetype. Sorry, Ron, go ahead.
And they love it. Ron will give you the final word.
And no, I was just going to say, look, I'm not a Last of Us fan. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because if this, in fact, was review bombed, it would have to be review bombed by people like me, people that I don't even like. The people that are going in to review these things care. One way or another, they care. They cared about Star Wars. They cared about Last of Us. If you're not a fan of it, if you're somebody like me, you're not going to bother with it. So they're not really being review bombed. They're being accurately reviewed by people who care. And if the story went against the way that they care about it, the way that they want, they're going to talk about it. That's why, like, for example, I didn't review, I didn't go on Rotten Tomatoes and review Acolyte because I didn't see it, because I didn't care anymore. I would only talk, and I have reviewed on Rotten Tomatoes. I talk about the things that I care about, and so do the people that are taking the time away from their lives to bother to go visit the site and actually put something down. If they're doing that, it's because they care, and therefore there really is no such thing as review bombing. That was my only point.
I just have to point this out. There are alternatives to Rotten Tomatoes out there, and Criticless right now, it's run by a friend of the channel, but it's an awesome website. Criticless is a no bots platform and has great reviews on there, because right now it has great people, and you can do that. I'm a paid member of the site, but as in I pay to be a part of the site. You don't have to pay for an account, but all of these reviews here are done by actual people. They've actually paid the cost to verify each user on this site. It is the anti-Rotten Tomatoes. And unless somebody swings some pretty big money around, I don't think that this site can be corrupted the way they've set it up. So if you've got something to say about movies and you actually want it heard, I very much recommend you go over to Criticless, create an account, drop your reviews. I did review The Acolyte, although you can probably guess what my review score is. So
it was great.
Sorry, Collider. There are alternatives now. We must bid adieu for now, but folks, I encourage you, if you enjoyed this kind of video, well, we have plenty more, and more on the way every single day. We do it for you. Check out the WDW Pro channel and go click on videos. You can see the most recent ones and enjoy all the stuff we're talking about, and hopefully Give us some feedback because we would love to cater what we're doing for you. You are the consumer. You are our valued guest. It's how entertainment companies once upon a time treated the people who bought their stuff, and we're still doing it here. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, we always say this because we think you indeed are special and matter. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
Right. So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. She's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... Okay, I'm gonna call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.